Just when you thought your day really sucked.
You suck!
Here comes something to make it suck even more. It's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast.
Give me the fanfare here because I understand that Skin has verified J-Lo's nipple controversy. And you know I am the biggest J-Lo fan in the world, and I have been studying these nipple pictures, and I love it. How you doing there, Skin?
Doing great, and I get what you like in that she had the big cleavage and she was really showing her chest off, which is totally cool. I'm all for it. But as for the nip, we did some careful examination at the Mr. Skin Laboratory.
Well, and you guys do have the laboratories.
It is a nip.
This is the definitive take.
It is. Here's what it is.
What?
Nipple tape. It's nipple tape that's keeping her dress attached to her
Now,
boobs.
how do you know that? How do you know that for sure?
Well, we've looked at many a breast in our day and studied it in high definition. And what happens with these dresses to make sure there's no malfunction?
Yeah, they have the double stick tape.
You got it, and sometimes
tape.
triple stick if I'm around. But the double stick tape is very, very keeps things very secure. But in this instance, what you saw wasn't nip. It was nipple tape kind of hanging out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, Skin.
I'm going with Mr. Skin.
I always agree with your assessment, but I am a nipple expert when it comes to J-Lo. And I have seen many nip slips from this woman when it's very advantageous to her career. For instance, when she broke her last song, there was some big nip slips going on. I think you even forward those to me.
We have a whole compilation of nip slips on the website.
A couple where she has been sitting in the makeup room. There's one where she was at a club. And by the way, same tone of nip as from the club,
look at you going
from the club as this nip slip.
Nip tone.
Well, in this case, we can agree to disagree, but all I'll say is when we did our Anatomy Awards, we had Nicki Minaj won for Best Nip Slip last week.
That's right,
and that's the nip slip where your whole boob's hanging out of your shirt.
Well, that's like a previous J-Lo
and
nip
J-Lo's
slip.
had a couple of those.
Yeah, she's had a couple where her shirts totally come down and you see boobage. But
all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, but this was, I will admit, I was getting a ton of texts and emails when this was going on, so you weren't the only one that thought you saw nip.
How can you dispute the expert?
Hey, all I'm going to say is I've studied all of her nip slips, and it's the same color tone.
I think it's a wish nip.
From the Make a Nip Foundation,
a nip wish.
Yeah.
I also wanted to let you guys know, with Davy Jones dying yesterday, it reminded me of an unforgettable cameo he did on the Brady Bunch when Marcia tried to get Davy Jones to perform at her school.
At her school,
yeah, remember
graduation,
that? And,
yes.
Yeah, it's a classic moment, and that people have been referencing that as a kind of a childhood memory where a lot of guys remember that episode. But I don't know if you guys know that Maureen McCormick actually did a nude scene 7 years after the Brady Bunch ended in a movie called Texas Lightning. Not only does she smoke, she swears, and at the hour and 4 minute mark, her top gets pulled down briefly. I mean, it's brief. If it was any other actress from a B movie in the 80s that was a no-name, we'd never reference this. But, hey, it's Marcia from the Brady Bunch.
When she was hot.
Yeah, when she was hot. Oh, she was. And she showed a little nip. It was a little breast. It was pretty cool. So just so you know, the other two, Cindy and Jan, were never naked. And especially, I know Sully wants to know if Alice has ever been naked. She never did a nude scene either.
You know, Mr. Skin, any truth to the rumor that Davy Jones bopped Maureen McCormick during the filming of the Brady Bunch?
That's the rumor.
Wow, I don't. I mean, I only know what you guys know. So, I can only speculate.
We'll
but
go
how
with it
cool
then.
would that be?
I'm going with that thought then. Absolutely. All right, Skin. It's always a treat talking to you. Running up against the clock here, Mr. Skin at MrSkin.com. All the premier nudity in the world.
Another fine product from Uranus.
That concludes the Lamont and Tonelli podcast. To hear more and everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out the website at lntworld.com.